and welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. This is the show that gives you everything you need to know before the big game kicks off. Tonight, the John Eustace era begins for Derby County. The Rams away at Queen's Park Rangers. The former Rams midfielder was officially unveiled yesterday. He becomes the 27th permanent boss in Derby County history, signing a contract to the summer of 2028. The 45-year-old had two spells as a player at Pride Park. On loan for a 9-game stint in 2009, he joined permanently in 2013 and was part of the squad that reached the Championship playoff final that season. He retired as a Derby player in 2015 before beginning his managerial career in non-league with Kidderminster Harriers. He's since had success in the Championship at both Birmingham and Blackburn and leaves Rovers with the side in the playoff places. And he's bringing a couple of members of staff with him to Pride Park, coaches Matt Gardner and Keith Downing. And they will be in the dugout with him tonight at Loftus Road. It's an appropriate place for his Derby career to start, given his associations with Queen's Park Rangers. Eustace was assistant manager there to both Steve McLaren and later Mark Warburton for a spell, spending nearly 4 years in the capital. He even had a short stint in caretaker charge. Back in October, when Derby beat Rangers at Pride Park, who would have thought it would be tonight's hosts who would now fancy themselves as an outside bet for the playoffs? But after winning just one of their opening 16 games, QPR became the Championship's form side for the better part of 2 months to surge up the table. That run saw head coach Marti Cifuentes nominated for the Manager of the Month award in both December and January. Though they were beaten by Coventry on Tuesday night, a win later would see them move 3 points off the playoffs. The Derby, a win would see them go 3 clear of the relegation zone ahead of the rest of the weekend's action. The Rams have drawn their last 2, but haven't won away from home since November. That victory at Coventry, their one and only road win so far this season. Time to hear from the new Rams head coach. John Eustace spoke to the media for the first time at Moor Farm yesterday.
It feels a privilege to be here as well. I'm very honoured to be the head coach, and I know the club very well. I had two and a half, probably nearly 3 years of fantastic times here, and I want to try and bring them times back.
I suppose the question that people will be asking is, why have you decided to take on this challenge at this time?
I think when I met David, he really sold the project to me about the club and where they want to be in the next 3 or 4 years. They allow me to help build the club and create something special. And, it was an opportunity too good to turn down, really.
You mentioned already your previous association with the football club. How important was that to you?
Yeah, listen, I think when you've been part of the Derby family and you know what they're all about, I think you appreciate the size of the club and the support that comes through the gates every week, home and away. And, it's a huge football club. And, I want to try and help this football club get back to where it should be, and that's in the Premier League.
I know you've not been here long. Any familiar faces around the building for you?
Yeah, Phil and Davo and Stores are still here from when I was here before, and obviously it's great to see Bucko and Fozzie as well. So some real good people at the football club still.
You brought Matt Gardner and Keith Downing with you. How important was it for you that they join you here?
Well, they've been part of my journey throughout my managing career up to now, and they're fantastic people. They're only going to help the group, and I think it was important that they came along and had a taste of a top football club.
You've managed to spend a bit of time with the players this morning. I assume you've watched plenty of Derby anyway this season, of course. What's your assessment of the group that you've got here?
I think they're a real honest bunch of players. I think we need to get that confidence back installed into them. Obviously the lads have been on a difficult run of results. I think the last 2 games which I've seen, they've showed that fighting spirit it's going to need for us to stay in the league. And, I think the group are very honest, and they're ready to work as hard as they can to make sure we get some really positive results in the last 14 games.
Is that where it starts with you, hard work?
100%, yeah. No, that's what I was all about as a player, fully committed. And I think that's what fans want to see. I think they want to see a group of players out there, a win, lose or draw, fully committed for the badge and sweat blood for the club, and also get that togetherness when they're playing. It's about the group, it's about the team, and this group of players now will be fighting for every vital point from now to the end of the season.
What else should we know about the principles and the football that you expect to see from your Derby County side?
I think we've got involved into obviously as a finished article. I think the most important now for the next 14 games is to make sure we get points. The first thing we have to do is compete week in, week out, and we have to be clinical in both boxes. And that's the main thing that I'll be working on from now to the end of the season.
You spent some time at Queen's Park Rangers alongside Steve McLaren, who was your boss here for a time. I think you were at Loftus Road for 4 years in the end. Is there something fitting about the fact that your Derby journey starts there on Friday night?
Yeah, I suppose it is, yeah. And we played Derby a couple of weeks ago. So we played QPR a couple of weeks ago. And to go back straight away, it's fitting. I had 4 great years there under Steve and Mark Warburton. And it's going to be a really difficult challenge on Friday night. They're a good team. But, I know the boys will be ready for the challenge. And I'm really looking forward to going back.
The fans are very excited to have you back at Derby. What's your message for them?
That I'm here to build. I'm here to bring success back to the football club. I'm not here for the short term. I'm here for the long term. So, the opportunity to come after speaking to David and help get this football club back into the Premier League, however long it takes. I want to be part of that journey. I know how special the club is. I've played here, and I'm really looking forward to it.
That's the new Derby head coach, John Eustace. His former side sits in the Championship playoff places. Blackburn are 5th, some way behind the runaway top 4. It's Leeds and Sheffield United occupying the automatic promotion places at the moment. And this is the situation that Eustace is inheriting. Derby out of the relegation zone on goal difference alone, but everyone below them has a game in hand. The Rams still have to face Portsmouth, Stoke, Hull, Plymouth and Luton in their final 14 matches of the season. As you were hearing, strangely enough, this is John Eustace's second trip to Loftus Road in just 10 days. He went there with Blackburn in his final Championship game as Rovers boss, his side losing by 2-1 on that occasion. Here's the QPR head coach, Marti Cifuentes, on that unique situation.
Definitely it's not easier because, first of all, as you said, he probably had not a lot of time to prepare. So it doesn't matter how well we know him because obviously he's an established, a good manager in English football, has done a fantastic job, not only at Blackburn but in other clubs. So even though we know what we can expect, what are the way his teams usually perform, the reality is that he had not much time. So in this situation where the last couple of games, it was the interim manager leading the team as well. They made some adjustments. It's difficult to know and to predict what's going to happen tomorrow. But the reality is that we have huge respect for them. We have huge respect for the manager. As you said, a very unusual situation because we just met him 10 days ago. But as always, focus on ourselves and identifying what are the keys that we think going to be more important and most important to do well in a game like this. And then make sure that we have the desire to bounce back because we come with this angry feeling after that defeat because as well we don't have the best performance away against them. We need to make sure that we focus on ourselves and we have a strong performance.
And just finally regarding team news, we know Ryan Coley is out until next month. In terms of Kadi Dembele and Lucas Anderson, how close are they to returning?
They've been training at good level this week. Obviously, is a difficult week in terms of training because the team has been traveling, and with these 2 games in a row is not a regular week. But they have been certainly taking steps forward, and they seem to be very close. The good thing is that both of them are confident, in a good mood, and it's always nice to see players back from their injuries. So hopefully they're going to be ready very soon.
I'm looking forward to being back at Loftus Road.
Always, I really appreciate the effort that I think it was 1,300 in a cold Tuesday night at Coventry. I really appreciate that support. Hopefully we can give them these 3 points, and it's always good, the feeling to play at Loftus Road. It's always great, so looking forward for more.
QPR head coach Marti Cifuentes there. Tonight's game at Loftus Road kicks off the weekend in the Championship. Tasty game in South Wales tomorrow as Cardiff host Bristol City in one of the lunchtime games, while Oxford host Portsmouth as well. The other games that matter to the Rams see Plymouth visit Blackburn, Hull host Norwich, Luton welcome Sheffield United and Stoke face Swansea. Now, it's hard to remember a Derby player making a more impressive start in a Rams shirt than defender Sondre Langås. We've been talking to him about his adjustments to the Championship and to life in England.
I feel I'm starting to get settled down now. I have an apartment and a car. That's the most important thing beside the football. So I feel like I'm focused 100% on the football now, and I feel it's been a good start for myself. So I'm looking forward for the next game.
I remember when Jakob Vidal Zetterstrom signed in the summer, he told us driving was a bit of a challenge. How have you found it?
Yeah, I've been really difficult because I started by going on in the wrong side of the door. So yeah, but it's just a habit, so it will come.
Tell me about the welcome you've received from your teammates, but also the supporters.
Oh, the teammates have been very supportive for me. They have been easy to talk with if I needed something or to talk about on the pitch and everything. And I just felt when the first game started against Norwich was just like I played with them before, because everything felt really normal, and just talking out on the pitch was really good, and I love that. And the fans have been massive for me. It's crazy how much I've felt in love with the fans already, so it's just crazy.
Man of the match at Pride Park on Tuesday, your home debut. There was one moment that stood out when you muscled Alex Matsoff off the ball. Are you surprised how much attention that moment got?
Yeah, I'm really surprised of it, because for me, these small fights in the game, I just love that, just to try to get in the opponent's end. So yeah, I'm just shocked how much people just talk about it. It's just fun.
We talked about the welcome you've received. How nice has it been to have Lars-Jørgen Salvesen, your former teammate at Viking, here ready to welcome you?
Yeah, of course, it's safe to have him here, and I'm really happy to be here with him, because we like to be with each other, and it's just nice to have someone to just have the safety in.
We spoke when you signed, talked about the fact that you were sort of in the middle of pre-season. You hadn't played a game as yet. 2 games since you arrived. How are you finding it physically? How are you feeling?
Surprisingly well, because I haven't played a game since 1st of December. So for me, this has been a tough week, but I'm doing everything to just be ready for the next game, and I feel like I've done a really good job before I came here with an off-season home in Norway. But yeah, I feel physically I'm feeling really fit.
I know you're only 2 games in, but has the Championship been what you expected so far?
Yeah, it's never a free kick, so you can just go all in the duels, and but there's a lot more sprinting here. So yeah, it's like it is like the expectations. Oh, sorry, yeah. So, but I like it.
That's Sondre Langås, and this has been the build-up. The John Eustace era begins tonight on RamsTV, and you can join us for Queen's Park Rangers against Derby County. We're available to watch in the EFL's Unsold Markets. Go to dcfc.co.uk for a full list of countries and to buy your Game Pass. We'll see you for Matchday Live at 7:30. Goodbye.